So what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday. It is just after 1400 hours. And, I'm fresh, I'm clean, I have my shower and shit. So I don't stink. um, this is a update for Redemption of the Phoenix OG cut. So last night I worked on it for a total of 97 minutes. I am to the front of page 11. I am up to 16 pages typed with 6,949 words. Oh my. The one thing that is draining about this is having to put in the original subplots and shit. Especially the one subplot I don't like is the serum, which I'm coming up on, and I fucking hate it. Ugh. But everything else has been a breeze. I was gonna do this video last night, basically about 12 hours ago I was going to do this video, but I decided against it because I was so tired. Originally it was going to be 2 hours of working, but I had to shave off 23 minutes because I spent that time looking for a fucking face. Yeah, okay. So originally I've talked about character swaps and shit. Originally Trent was based off of a military general slash admiral slash colonel slash whatever. I forgot. I don't know his damn title. All I remember is this dude he was a military guy. He was always in every fucking show I watched. And I thought he was in Stargate. He wasn't in Stargate. I thought he was in X-Files. Wasn't in X-Files. Peach dude. I don't know his name. And it drove me nuts. And I was like, oh, I found a list. Nothing. So I gave up my search trying to find this dude's face. But he had, you might know him. Maybe I'll describe. He had snow white hair. He had the crew cut like Kurt Russell and Stargate. And he had that looking face. Like, I don't know. I have no clue what his fucking name is. But, I looked everywhere and I was like, fuck. I can't find his face, so I just gave up and went back to work. And then I stopped shortly after that because I was just so burned out and wasn't feeling the rhythm. So, yeah, like the nice thing about typing up the original cut is the exposition. I don't have to worry about that. The downside of typing this bitch up is having to put all the original content back in, which is really hard. It's easy, but it's frustrating because there's so much to it's a lot to type up and it's annoying sometimes, and it really does drain me doing this. That's why I do like short writing shifts or sessions, I should say. And I'm about to do another writing session here in a little bit so I can, try to knock out a lot more pages hopefully. Cuz now the pace is picking up, which is good, but So what did I work on last night? Well, I got past Anoth, with Lucius meeting his son, and Vanessa's training. What else? Where did I stop? Oh, I stopped with Eve being in a deep coma. Yeah. So like those 3 parts there, like those are good examples. Okay, so Lucius meeting his kid originally was clear and cut short. It was just a real short thing. And one of the things I look back on, like I remember fondly how I was all in tears over that moment because it was so deep and so dramatic. And here it is, 18 years later, I took that scene and expanded the shit out of it. Like it has a lot more depth to it in the current version. Also with and I also added in, because I wrote like some of the pages I wrote like at the top were like deleted scene such and such whatever, and I actually put the deleted scene in of what happened with Trixie giving birth to Aaron. a year ago in the story. So I fixed that up and put that in the story as well. Now, in the original cut, it's not in there. It's just, you know, a short sentence, run-on sentence of what happened and shit. So there's that. With Eve going into a deep coma, that I actually changed in the current version. Instead of her being asleep for so long, she slept for, I think, a short amount of time and then woke up. And I also changed DMAS. I changed who was involved with it because it was so jumbled. Like, when I wrote this, I did not think clearly on cohesiveness, and I've brought that up a lot. What I did was, originally it was DMAS dropping them off, and then he left with the ship, and then they were by themselves. I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, but okay, let's fix this. Also, originally, the Maverick twins had left with them from Jaga to come along, and I'm like, what the fuck did they do that for? That makes no sense. So, yeah, I cut them out and, you know, restitched it together to where it was even Lucius. I was like, perfect. It's a good shit. Vanessa's training. Before this training, like, her training originally in the story was just with Tisha Ray and 2 longswords. It was short as fuck. That was my idea of training. Like, it was a small ass paragraph. That was training. I didn't give any thought to exposition. Guess what I did in Redemption Extended Cut? Extensions! Oh, Christ. That's why the motherfucker's 520 pages. So much expansion. Oh, God. It's crazy how much stuff I expanded. And I also added in Vanessa's Trial. That was another big event in the story that needed to be put in, because the way the rhythm was going in the story, you know, there had to be a consequence for her imprisoning Lucius. So I threw her trial in. So the trial was new material that, you know, expands the story more, and you have a more cohesive development period for Vanessa and understanding her, you know, what she's going through and the consequences of her actions and shit. You know, action reaction setup. What else? There's so much I changed. Oh my God. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, literally, I'm telling you, when I finish this and it's fully posted, because I'm not posting it in installments like I did with the current version, because that's dumb. But the current version needed to be in installments because it was so much I had to add in. The original cut will be one whole post. So when you read it, put it side by side with the current cut, and ooh, you're going to be surprised. So, yeah. Like, and I encourage you to do that with the other 2 installments as well. So, for Devastation and Aftermath, do that too, because you will be very surprised how much shit I added in. Oh, God. It's so crazy. And then when I do the Dark Side ending, that's going to get more stuff done. God almighty. There's so much. I keep coming up with new ideas out of nowhere, and it's like, it's nice, but it's a pain in the ass. Because I have to sift through the ideas and figure out which ones are going to work best. Because as it stands now for the Dark Side ending, I have at least 5 separate betrayals. And I'm like, which one's going to work the best? It's like, fuck, it's like it could all work out, honestly, but I don't know. What else is there? Oh, in the original cut, Quizooks is in this. Yeah. Yeah, I threw in Quizooks as well. Um, who else? A lot of them didn't have a lot of personality to them. Or I should say the personality was in how they interacted with each other. Yeah, that's a better way of saying shit. Um, what else? I think that was about it. That serum subplot, Jesus Christ. That was inspired by Blade. Oh, yeah, Blade 1 and 2, honestly. So, yeah. And I kept finding little things that inspired my story. Underworld Evolution. Underworld was a huge influence. Definitely a huge influence. Literally everything vampire and werewolf related from 2000s inspired the shit out of my story, just about. Um, The Crow inspired my story. Um, because as I'm typing these scenes up, I get flashes of other scenes from movies. I'm like, oh my god, that inspired my shit. I gotta write that down. So when this is all done, I'll be back with an updated list of stuff that inspired my story. So you'll see how all that tied into it. It's crazy. So I'm gonna get off of here, upload this, and do some writing. Hopefully get a good chunk knocked out. So, because I want to try and get this done. I'm not going to get it done in one fucking session. It's going to take a couple sessions because pace. But we'll see. So, till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.